Hey travelers, something kinda game-changing might be on the horizon for Genshin Impact. And no, it's not a new 5-star or a surprise collab. It's something way sneakier, way more subtle. But if it rolls out, it might shift how we look at gacha forever. Sound dramatic? Maybe. But it's already happening in Honkai Star Rail, and that usually means Genshin's next in line. So here's the scene. You're logging into your game, casually browsing the top-up section like always. You're probably used to the vague numbers. 60 crystals here, 300 over there. You kind of guess how many wishes you're getting, right? Well, what if the game suddenly told you, plain and simple, hey, this is how much each pull costs, in actual dollars. Yep, no more guessing. In the recent Star Rail 3.3 beta, Hoyoverse added something that honestly blew my mind a little. When you go to buy shards, which are basically their Genesis crystals, they now break it all down right there for you. How many pulls you're getting and how much each of them costs in USD. Like, let me paint the picture. You buy the tiniest pack, 60 shards. That's only 0.3 pulls. So yeah, that's about $2.64 per pull. Yikes. But if it's your first time and you get that juicy recharge bonus, that bumps it up to 0.7 pulls, which slashes it down to $1.32 per pull. Still pricey, but you can already see the value shift. Now let's jump to the big leagues. The 6,480 shard pack. Normally that's 50.5 pulls, or 81 if it's your first recharge. That brings your cost down to around $1.98 per pull, or an even nicer $1.23 with the bonus. And that's not speculation. It's right there, printed for you. No math, just raw, honest numbers. Here's the part that should make every Genshin player perk up. This system might not stay exclusive to Star Rail for long. See, the reason behind this isn't just Hoyoverse being generous, it's because of a new regulatory push coming out of Europe. The European Consumer Protection Cooperation Network has been leaning hard on game developers to stop hiding real money behind layers of in-game currencies. Basically, they're saying, stop making players guess how much they're spending. Show them the real price. And if Hoyoverse is implementing that in Star Rail, you better believe Genshin's store is getting the same treatment soon. The systems are too similar. The currency structures are practically copy-paste. It's just a matter of time. Now let's test this transparency idea in our own world. If you look at Genshin's Genesis crystals and apply the same breakdown, it's almost identical. The 300 crystal pack gets you 2 pulls for $4.99, which is around $2.42 per pull. But throw in the first-time recharge bonus and you're now getting 3.7 pulls. That's $1.33 per pull. Same with the massive 6,480 pack, 50.5 pulls regularly, 81 with bonus. So again, about $1.98 per pull normally, or $1.23 with bonus. It's like they literally copied the model over. Now here's the real kicker. We've all kind of known these numbers deep down. We've done the rough math in our heads, maybe whipped out a calculator before a big top-up. But having the game tell you directly, that changes how you feel about spending. And speaking of value, real quick, look, I get it. Some people are probably thinking, why are we making such a big deal about a UI tweak? Honestly, fair. But this isn't just a visual update. It's a peek behind the curtain. It's the kind of quiet change that could affect how we all play moving forward. So yeah, maybe it's not as flashy as a new Archon reveal, but it's definitely worth talking about. Let's take a moment to salute the real MVP of Genshin's economy, the Welkin Moon. Or if you're in Star Rail, it's the Express Supply Pass. $5, 30 days, 18.5 pulls. That's about 27 cents a pull. 27 cents. It's wild how nothing else even comes close. Every other option, every flashy bonus pack, every tempting crystal deal is getting crushed by this tiny subscription. But the thing is, this kind of value was always buried under layers of conversions. You never saw how far your money was going. Until now. And it's not just about clarity. That European report? It went hard. It called out games for manipulating players with weird leftover currencies. Like when you're 20 primos short of a wish, so you're basically forced to buy more. Or when they mask the cost of a pull behind 3 different currencies, so it feels like you're spending less. It even straight up says that this kind of system makes it harder for players to realize how much they're spending. So, yeah, this isn't just about numbers. It's about control, giving players a better grip on their own wallets. If this pricing transparency rolls into Genshin, it could change how people spend entirely. Maybe we'll see fewer impulse top-ups. Maybe people will hold off until the value really makes sense. Or maybe, just maybe, it helps players realize what kind of deals are actually worth it. I mean, think about it. How many times have you seen a limited time bundle and thought, oh wow, that looks like a steal, only to find out later that the math doesn't really check out? This kind of change cuts through the hype and tells you the truth up front. Honestly, imagine it's 2 a.m. You're feeling lucky. You click on a pack and suddenly a little message pops up saying, you're about to spend $2.64 for zero point 0.3 pulls. Like, bro, that's the kind of pop-up that would have me staring at my screen like I just got hit with a hydro mimic. Also, let's not forget how this might expose some of those flashy, limited-time bundles. You know, the ones with 3 currencies, time limits, and extra value splattered across the banner? Yeah. Once this system drops, we'll actually see if it's a deal, or just a dressed-up pile of glitter. Some of those so-called deals might not survive the math. But hey, maybe you're someone who already does this. Maybe you always know what you're spending. Or maybe this would totally change how you approach the game. Look, if you're already the kind of person who tracks their pulls down to the last primo gem, major respect. You're ahead of the curve. But for a lot of us, we've been swiping, topping up, guessing. This update could finally put some clarity in our chaos. Either way, I really want to hear your take. Drop a comment. Let me know how you feel about this kind of transparency. Would it make you spend more carefully? Or would you appreciate just knowing the truth? And let's be real. For a game like Genshin that's built on gacha, where every wish counts and every primo gem matters, knowing the real-world value behind each pull is kinda empowering. Like finally having the receipt to your impulse decisions. And I love that. So, yeah, this update might look small on the surface, but it speaks volumes. If this system makes its way into Genshin, and I really think it will, it could be the start of a new era for gacha games, one where the players aren't kept in the dark anymore. All right, that's gonna wrap it for today's update. Appreciate you for chilling with me. If anything changes or if this rolls out live in Genshin, you already know I'll be here breaking it all down for you. Until then, may your pity come early, your pulls be golden, and your wallet stay safe. Peace out, traveler.